Эдриан, учитывая то, что семейный медиатор в процессе семейной медиации работает с несколькими аспектами семейной медиации, включая имущественные вопросы, финансовое содержание, работа с детьми в процессе семейной медиации, я бы хотела у вас уточнить, на ваш взгляд, какими характеристиками, личными качествами должен обладать семейный медиатор?
Qualities of a mediator, there are many, but I'm going to touch on some of the key ones. And I think some of the key qualities are that they can maintain integrity of the process, they can actually manage the process in a balanced way. That they are proactive, they're not passive. They don't just let clients have circular arguments, they intervene, they're willing to enter into the conflict and be maybe quite tough with each of the clients to keep a focus, but to move the process forward in a positive way. That does require the qualities of being assertive, being professional, and dare I say it, also having a degree of humility, warmth, and a genuine interest in clients, in the very clients they're working with. Even though they may be working with clients that may be coming across in perhaps an unpleasant way towards each other, or indeed putting a mediator on the spot, trying to get a mediator to be convinced that what the client is saying is absolutely right and what the other person is saying is absolutely wrong. It's maintaining that absolute balance of impartiality, but being prepared to ask some tough questions, drawing from on a whole range of skills. And so the qualities actually involve having an integrated understanding of what I would call at least 15 key skills, from the perceptiveness of understanding and reading body language, but being a little bit careful about that, but also being aware perhaps of their own body language. So it's very easy to slip. The wry smile to a comment may be picked up by a client who thinks, have you strayed? Have you started supporting the other side? But I think it's very much one of knowing how to intervene, but in moving the process forward. If, for example, a client is saying, tell him I don't want him to do this, or tell her I don't want her to do this, I will say, well, let's rephrase this. What is it you would like the other party to do? And when I've had a response, can I just put you on hold and go to the other person saying, what would you like the other party to do? And in a sense, I think a quality has to be one of being prepared to be interventionist, not passive, and being prepared to ask quite tough questions. And in many ways, I think a quality, whilst we're trying to inject a degree of warmth, at the same time, we're not paid necessarily to be liked by our clients. And that might sound rather hard, but it is to actually help them move forward. I think another quality is perhaps having some understanding of some of the neuro-linguistic programming principles, and also a range of other elements that we tend to draw from the social sciences. For instance, it may be that the mediator, well not maybe, I would say it's a definite, not only should have very good active listening skills, i.e. listening, the oral element of listening, but recognising that a number of clients may be less gifted at listening, but may, in a way, have a greater appreciation of looking at visual material. And so I think it's also about the mediator recognising that, and not just having, in a sense, structured and tough questions of the clients, but also putting things up in a pictorial way for those clients that may be more visual. I think also it's drawing on, say, elements of transactional analysis. That is, they're not going to analyse those clients, but they may just draw to the attention of the clients that from time to time they may be perceived to be operating in a slightly different ego state. For instance, there will be times when I've got to be the controlling parent, because I've got to keep the clients fixed to the process, and I may have to be quite tough about that and remind them of the contract of mediation that they have signed, the principles of mediation that we're going to uphold. Whilst at the same time, working in a parallel way, I've also been a bit of a nurturing parent, because both those clients may need looking after. Give an example. Two clients in the room, and one may be experiencing a great deal of pain and hurt because they have perceived they've been abandoned by the other party. The other party may be in a very different place, may be punching the air with delight that they're getting out of this relationship, but nevertheless may still be hurting in their own way, but might be coming across to me as a little bit clinical and saying, Adrian, can't we just move this process on? And I have to remind them that I'm there for both of them. And it may be that they're both feeling insecure, and that's where we start getting the balance. Another important quality, I believe, is actually having a pretty thorough understanding of family law. Not to provide advice, but to be able to give clients appropriate information so that they can be guided, that their discussions have to stay really within the parameters of the family law, so that if they are looking to get a court endorsement, ultimately, of their agreement, and many clients don't necessarily, certainly in children matters, but those that do, they need to know that what their proposal would come within the parameters or the range that a judge would approve. If I don't provide that information to the clients, the chance is they could have spent money with me, they go off to the court with their agreement, only to find that that agreement is being thrown back at them, and they could understandably be quite angry with me for not having pointed out how the courts tend to approach these matters.